I'm newer to Toastmasters. I have been coming out maybe about 5 or 6 months. That's where I found the Talking Heads in Cypress. They meet at a very nice office building. I really wasn't sure what to expect. Wasn't sure what kind of benefit or growth I could gain from it. There was a lot of unknown, and it was intimidating walking in and seeing everyone in this conference room. I wasn't sure how things were supposed to go, but what's interesting is that when you really dedicate to setting aside that time to go every single week, it's amazing how much you grow and you adapt to understanding all the ways of the structure that Toastmasters has created. And they've done this for so many years that they've really put together something that just works.
My name is Lauren Kelly. I am a project manager. I have more than 30 years in Toastmasters, and if you had told me the first year I was in that I would be here for 30 years, I would have laughed. I've been fortunate, though, to have mentors that kept pushing me along, mentors that saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. So in my personal life, I've just gained so much confidence, and I began to, and have begun to accept who I am, and that I have important things to say and to talk about. Mm-hmm. I think where I've seen the greatest improvement is in my work. Project management, I'm working with people all day long. Everything we do in Toastmasters, I do every day in my job. And it's marvelous. It's just such great fun. People like working with me, and I like delivering the projects that I do. So Toastmasters has made a big bang for me professionally.
When I came to Toastmasters, I immediately loved it because everybody was so different. I got to meet different walks of life, different people had different roles, and it made me realize how important it was. And what I didn't realize is how evaluations were so important. And so not only was speaking incredible and learning, but how people evaluate. And it's made me a much better person in evaluations. I wish I would have taken Toastmasters years ago before my kids grew up, because I could evaluate them much better. But you learn as you go.
Well, my name is Hector Duran. I have been a mobile DJ, MC, and wedding officiant for quite some time. Being introduced to Toastmasters and knowing exactly how to be aware of the pace of my communication, of what I'm going to say, thinking of what I'm going to say before I say it, as opposed to stumbling across a lot of my words and forcing myself to stutter my words or use crutches, ums, and so on and so forth. So being at Toastmasters has helped me with that.
My name is Alec Waters, and I have been part of this Toastmasters chapter for about 7 months so far. When I started working out in California, right after moving from Minnesota, it was actually one of the first things that I signed up for. There's a lot of people in my field that don't necessarily have the necessities to hold on a human conversation or the interest to. So it gets really easy to get in loops at some times where you don't need to have in-depth conversations with people that don't relate to the technologies that we're supporting. And that gets a little dull when you do go back home and you have conversations with your wife or your girlfriend about your day, and then people outside of other responsibilities that you might be filling.
Well, my name's Wendy Nicole, and I work here at Toyo Tires, and I work as a product marketing manager here. I'm also a mom, working mom, so I'm always very tired. So I pay extra to get things like eyelashes done and from the eyebrows, so I don't have to spend time doing makeup. I'm really good at not taking leadership positions in Toastmasters because I'm a leader outside of Toastmasters, so I've given myself permission to just be a follower and participate at my own pace and not be in a rush. And it's worked out pretty well for me. I get stressed out about trying to do a good job, and right now with everything on my plate, full-time mom, I've been doing 2 jobs for the better part of a year on and off, that I just couldn't commit to anything else.
But the first speech we give is about us. We talk about us. And I think what I loved about that is everybody, that's where you got to learn their personalities. You saw what they enjoyed, how they did the speech. You learned so many different ways of how people's personalities are, and that gave you just an opening to a little bit of their life. But then as time went on, you learned even more. And so I think that opening first speech, what's it called, Lauren? The Icebreaker.
Awesome.
That, I think that's my favorite speech of all, because we learned something from, and I like people, so I like to hear about them and what makes them tick.
The best way to overcome your fears is just by doing something, and it's very positive. You know, we encourage one another. There's no one laughing you, and we're laughing just because we're having fun. We're having such a great time. You know, we take this first leap of faith, you know, so to speak, and just be able to kind of just get in there and do it. And I hope, you know, you're convinced, but I think I've only been in the Toastmasters for less than a year, and it's been a life-changing experience for me.
The right fit for you, you're not really going to know that until you actually go to attend a meeting in person. So I would highly suggest you do that and then decide after the fact, but it'll be more than likely that you'll enjoy it enough to keep going.
It is something that will definitely help you in every aspect of your life, because in just speaking with your friends, speaking with business colleagues, speaking with your peers and your superiors, Toastmasters will help you in every single aspect of that life, of that part of your life. Ponder on it. You won't take too long thinking about it, because you'll realize that it is something that is very beneficial to you in the long run.
You cannot lose by joining. There's everything to gain in Toastmasters. It's fun, it's positive. You develop as a person, you develop as a presenter, you develop as a speaker, and you have a good time doing it. It's not like a class, it's not like work. It's just all about fun and positive feedback, meeting new people that you wouldn't have an opportunity to meet outside of what you do in your everyday life. I find it enjoyable, even on the most stressful day, that 1 hour break to do something completely different and get out of the zone and have really just a fun moment with our, I want to say team, our Toastmasters Club. It's really the highlight of the week. So there is absolutely nothing to lose by joining. It's fun, it's positive, and you become better at what you do.
One of the things I've always told myself I need to do is always push myself to do things that are uncomfortable if it's going to help grow me to be a better person, a better entrepreneur, a better mom, a better wife.
I would say what I love about this Toastmaster, well, it's the only Toastmaster I've been at, but what I love is that we have is 1 hour, you come and you 1 hour in intense and greatness, and then you just leave. And so you're not, it's lunchtime, so it's 12 to 1. And what it gives me, I know that that's the hour I'm going to spend, and then I'm going to go on. So then at nighttime, I'm not having to go out to another meeting, for me personally, in my life at this time. But I think for Toastmasters, it absolutely, if it's something you even think about, come and try it out, whether it be ours or somebody else's. There's so many to learn from.